Thank you all so much for being here, for coming to this webinar. I will talk a little bit about the agenda, what we're going to talk about today, and about myself in a little moment. So we are going to talk about your cat's guide to spiritual awakening. And just as I think everybody here probably knows what I'm talking about when I talk about the spiritual awakening. It really is, some people call it Ascension, some people call it 5D or the fifth dimension or the 5D paradigm. Some people call it the new earth. And it really doesn't matter what we call it. It's all the same thing. I like to call it the Ascension or the spiritual awakening. And all that really means is that we are breaking free from the old paradigm. We are ascending into a higher form of consciousness. We are becoming more aware of who we are and what we're actually capable of doing, that we are actually so much more than just our minds and our bodies and this physical world that we can touch here. We're really so much more, and we are discovering our psychic gifts and abilities and powers, and we are going to really the next level of consciousness where we create and consciously create our present and our future, where we consciously create or co-create a new earth. So my guides like to call it the new earth, but it's really all the same. So for this for this webinar, I call it the spiritual awakening, just so that we are all on the same page here. So I think everybody who found their way here is probably aware of it, but every once in a while people say that they like to have an explanation. So I just wanted to just set that up a little bit in the beginning. So really what we'll be talking about is, I'm going to talk about your cat's spiritual side and how your cat actually helps you with your spiritual awakening. It's going to be part 1. Part 2 is about how your cat helps you find your connection and why it's important to find your connection. And connection, I mean connection to your guidance, to yourself, to your purpose, and all these important, really juicy little things that the awakening is all about. And then in part 3, we're going to do a little guided mini meditation where we're going to call your cat or one of your cats. You're going to tap in and you're going to ask for messages. What does your cat have to say? What does your cat want you to know? And that's always the juicy part. That's always the great part. So please stay on for that if you can. If not, you can listen to the replay. But really, live is so much better because you can also ask your questions. You can share. And at the end, we're going to have a Q&A where you ask me your questions. I will tap in. You can ask me about your cat or whatever it is that you want to know. So since there are so many new people here, I expect that we're probably going to be a little over 90 minutes because I'm going to have to explain a little more. And I love it that there's new people here, which is great, great, great. But I'm probably going to have to do a little more explanation, backstory to how it is, what I do, and how I know what I know. And that is why, let's say, it's probably going to be 90 minutes plus the Q&A. So I would say about 2 hours maybe, but we'll see. All right, so a little bit about me, who I am. I am Sylvie, a cat whisperer, a healer, a channeler, a medium, intuitive, starseed, an awakening coach or ascension guide, whatever you want to call it. We are really so many things these days that you can't really put it in labels anymore. And what it is that I do is I enable cat lovers around the world to live a happy, awakened, and fulfilled and really purposeful life together with their cats. And it's all, for me, it's all about purpose and finding the purpose and following your purpose and your cat's purpose. So that's really the gist of what I do. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in the following, how I got to that and how I know what I know. So what I would always like to stress before I talk to anyone is that everything I share comes from the cats. I am an animal communicator. I am also a trained cat psychologist. So I have read all the textbooks. I have read all the biological research about cats, and I know what people say about cats, and some of it is true. but a lot of it is not true. And I'm not discrediting anything or anybody. I have, as I said, I am a trained cat psychologist myself. However, everything that I talk about is really what I directly channel and get from the cats. They have so much to say. When you connect to them on a soul level, on their cat level, when you communicate with them, they have so much to say and to share. And that's really the biggest part of my work, is really what the cats have for us humans, and I am merely the messenger. I am the ambassador to the cats. I'm the messenger, and I'm the one who conveys these messages to their humans. And I also teach animal communication because I want everybody to be able to speak to their cats. So everything I talk about, everything I share today and in my work really comes from the cats themselves. All right. So part one, I want you to tune into your cat's spiritual side, and you are all here, so you must already know or sense or feel or have experience with your cat's spiritual side. And really, I call it the truth about cats, because there's so many misunderstandings about cats. There's so much untruth about cats out there. A lot of people say that cats are kind of, they're not like dogs. They don't have a purpose. They just eat and sleep and play, and they do their own thing, and they don't even care for their people, for their owners. And you probably know all the stereotypes that are out there about cats. And of course, you're here, so you know that it's not true. Because your cat really has a very important life purpose. And your cat is in your life for a very, very important reason. And look at it that way. The universe gave you exactly that cat, or these cats that you have in your life right now. The universe really sent them to you because they have a very, very important task in your life. And also, the thing about cats, a beautiful thing is, I would say a cat is a cat, but they are also higher beings. So for them, it is, you can talk to them on their cat level, and they are cats and they enjoy being cats, and they're in their body and they do what they do. And yes, they play and they hunt and they sleep and they do all the, the funny stuff the cats do. But at the same time, they are also higher beings, and they effortlessly change back and forth. And that's something that we humans can actually learn from them, because we spiritual people, we kind of have our spiritual side, and then we are, doing all this process and all this important work. And sometimes we forget to be in our bodies, or we forget to just be humans. Or it's either we're human, we're in our human side, or then we go into a spiritual mode. And sometimes we have a hard time combining the two and being human, but also being spiritual at the same time, because we kind of think it doesn't match. But the cats do it beautifully, and they change from being a cat and, I don't know, just hitting each other upside the head and having fun. And then they switch into this higher mode where there are spirit guides, where there are wisdom teachers, and where they are very, very much advanced. So we can actually learn that from them. And as I said earlier, your cat has a beautiful life purpose with you. And a big part of what I've been doing in the last year, I would say, is connect people with their cat's purpose. For those of you who are new to me, I would strongly recommend that you download the booklet, The 10 Cat Archetypes. I also have a link to a quiz where you can find about your cat's purpose. I've put together the 10 cat archetypes, meaning the 10 main cat purposes that they have for us. And it's a guide or a guideline for you to see, what does your cat do for you? And I don't really have the time to go into it today. So if you look at my website, the 10 cat archetypes or your cat's purpose, there is a free class that I have, Your Cat's Purpose, on FELINE Soul Academy. And you can download that, you can look at it. And if you find out, or when you find out what your cat does for you, then everything gets much easier, because your cat is happy that you know what he or she does for you. And you can actively ask your cat for help. So I'm not going to go into all the 10 cat archetypes because that would be just a show by itself. So there is, for instance, the lover, which is obvious, of course, that a cat would be a lover and be in your life to support you, to love you, and also to teach you love. There is the joy bringer, which is also the archetype joy bringer, which is also obvious, right? Because some cats are they're just so great and so cute and funny, and they're entertaining and they're beautiful, and they just bring us so much joy, and it's an important purpose. Then there is the supporter. That's the cat that helps you, when you're down, they will comfort you, they will sit with you, they will follow you like a dog almost. They will be there for you day in and day out. They are helping you with your emotional stuff, with your emotional baggage, right? So they are your true supporters in your daily life. And then there's a whole bunch of other more etheric purposes, such as healers. Some cats are natural healers. And either if you have a healer cat in your life, then either you need healing for whatever life has thrown at you or whatever's going on in your life. Or if you are a healer, I work with a lot of healers and light workers. And most healers have actually a healer cat by their side. And those healer cats help you with your healings, with your work. And it's beautiful. And it's such an important purpose. Or energy workers. Some cats are natural energy workers. They will transmute dense energies into lighter energies, or they will suck out all the negative energies around you and enrich your field with positive energies. And if you are an energy worker, then chances are that you have an energy worker cat by your side. So those are just some of the cat purposes. As I said, go to my website, download the 10 cat archetypes, and once you know what your cat does for you, it becomes more of a team effort, because you can ask your cat for help. You can ask your cat to come sit and help you with the healings, or you can ask your cat to actively come and help you out with bringing joy or whatever it is that they do. So I really strongly recommend looking into your cat's archetype and embrace your cat's purpose with you. Okay, makes sense. How many of you are aware of your cat's purpose? Real quick, I'll go into the chat. One healer, 3 of my 7 purposes. Great. Joy. Seems like all of it. Yes, there are actually busybodies that do a lot of everything. All right. An idea, excited to learn more. All right, so the booklet is called The 10 Archetypes. Loving light workers, beautiful. Yes, there can be more than one. Absolutely. Usually there's one that's predominant, but some cats have 2 different purposes, but there's usually, I find there's one that's predominant. And the beautiful thing is, by the way, your cat always knows. All cats know what their purpose is, and some are frustrated that their human doesn't know. So they are really so excited when their human understands what they do for them, because then they can be so much more effective, right? And they can do what they're here to do. So many of them are undercover workers, but they love it when you reach out to them and when you understand what they do for you. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my past webinars and what we've covered so far, because I just really want to make all these points and kind of make this webinar kind of the crown of everything that we've done so far. So I talked about the 10 cat purposes and their individual purposes. But having said that, all cats right now, during the time of awakening, all cats have a main overarching purpose or mission, which is to help you with your purpose. And they really, really, truly come to us to help us with our purpose, because that's so important right now in these times, to wake up, to not just do your, regular 9 to 5 and go to your job and act as though nothing is changing or everything is the same, or clinging to the same old paradigm, or the matrix, as some people call it. We really do live in the matrix, or some sort of matrix. And it's really time to wake up, and not in the bad way, not like in the movie. It's time to wake up in a good way and see the good world that's really on top of, that's available to us. And we are going into lighter and better times, but it's up to all of us to awaken and to find out, yes, we can co-create a positive future, a great future, a new earth that really is about love and light and all the good stuff. But in order to do that, it's time for all of us to step into our purpose. And our purpose can be everything or anything. It can be to create beautiful classes, or create things with your hand, and create art and things that give people joy. But it also can be to be a healer. It can be to be a community worker. It can be to be a loving mother and bring beautiful children into the world that will change the world. So your purpose is manifold. Everybody has one. Everybody has a mission. Everybody's here to do something or to contribute something. Let's say contribute, not do, because a lot of times it's not about doing, it's about being yourself and bringing your frequency, your vibration, your creations into the world. And really, the cats understand. The cats are connected to their higher guidance. The cats are connected to the universe. The cats are connected to universal wisdom. They know that you need to step up and step into your purpose and do what you're here to do. And so their purpose really is to help you with yours. And they do that with their individual things that they do for you. As I said, if you need healing, you might have a healer cat in your life. If you need stepping up and out into the world and showing yourself, you will most likely have a mirror cat that mirrors you and shows you where you're not showing yourself yet, right? If you have a cat that's hiding a lot under the bed or running away when visitors come over, you might have a mirror cat, because this cat might reflect you, mirror you, as in, are you somebody who hides and doesn't step out into the world and doesn't trust people? So whatever cat you have, whatever your cat does for you, helps you to step into your purpose. Does that make sense? Is that clear so far? Strong bond, purpose, love it. Yes. All right. So let's move on to the next point. So again, purpose, mission, your soul mission, your purpose, your soul path. I did a whole show like this about your cat's behavior, showing you when you are not aligned. Because your cat knows when you're not aligned with your purpose, when you haven't stepped up yet into your own, when you're not aligned with your soul path, when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And supposed to, I mean, it is not a, this is not a you have to do this or else. It's more of a, you will have more fulfillment in your life. You will see manifest, or things manifest faster when you are aligned with your soul path and your purpose. And your cat knows when you're not. Your cat knows when you're not happy. And your cat will most likely show you with weird behavior, with odd behavior, with alarming behavior, that there's something you need to look at in your life. So really, any odd, weird, strange cat behavior is usually a sign. They want to rattle you, they want to shake you, they want to get your attention. They want to either show you this is how you behave. If your cat hides under the bed all the time and doesn't trust strangers, most likely the cat shows how you don't trust strangers, how you don't trust the world, how you don't step out into your, into your own, into your power, how you are not showing yourself to the world. And that's just one example. Or if your cats fight a lot, if you have two cats that don't get along, usually those cats reflect humans in the household. They reflect how two humans are fighting, or how two humans are not aligned, or have lost a loving feeling for each other, and the cats start to fight. They're showing you your own behavior. And when you look into that, when you have a cat with strange behavior and you look into it, you will find out, oh, shoot, the cat is actually showing me my behavior, my moods, my emotions. So they will show you when you're not happy, when you're not aligned, when you're out of tune with yourself or with your path. That makes sense? Onto the chat real quick. Oh, I'm just going so much further here now. I want to check the chat. I have 2 cats, significant other in the house. Yes, cats can help different people in the household. They can also have different purposes with different people. They might have a purpose with you specifically. Might be a healer for you and a lover for your spouse, for instance. So yes, absolutely. All right. So the whole cat behavior thing, we will go into that later. All right, point number 3 I want to make here. What we've covered so far, I've done a whole webinar about the purpose. I've done a whole webinar about the cat's behavior and how your cat is mirroring you, what your cat's behavior is supposed to show you. So if you're interested in that, go to the free webinar section on my website, FELINESoulAcademy.com. Not right now, but later. And catch up on these webinars, because I did a whole show just about these 2 things. And then I did a whole webinar about reincarnation, cats and reincarnation. And that's when I talk about how your cat's soul path is really very closely entwined with yours. And I'm talking all about how your cats come back to you, or your dogs for that matter, how they circle or how they journey with us throughout the ages, how they come back, how your cat a lot of times was with you in a prior life or in several prior lives, or your cat may have been with you before in this lifetime, may have been your dog or your cat from your childhood. And they're really so closely entwined with us. They have soul contracts with us. They come back because they want to help us with certain things, right? So that is a very beautiful webinar. You might want to catch up on that. I just want to touch on it because our cats are so much more than they just don't happen to be in our lives right now and just eat and sleep and sit on our couch and share this part of our life with us. They are really very much connected to us on a soul level, and they come back to us again and again to help us with whatever it is that we are here to learn or to do in this lifetime. Does that make sense? Who thinks that they have a cat or a dog that were with them before? Go into the chat again. Flavia asked, one person has 2 cats and they act differently. Well, every cat has their own purpose. You may have one cat that is very down to earth, that is your supporter, and you may have the other cat that is an energy worker. That is very much more an ethereal task with you. So they can be you always have the cats that you need. So you may need one cat that is here on a very, very down to earth level for you, and you may need another cat that is here as a healer cat. And the question was, who thinks that your cat has been with you before, or your dog? Gabriel, who passed in December. 2 cats, multiple lifetimes. Friend suggested our 2 cats were with me in Egypt. A sense is true. Joanne, if you sense it's true, then it absolutely is true. Whenever we have that feeling that we just connect and we just know each other from a different lifetime, it's always true. Otherwise, you would not have that feeling. The cat has been there before. Would like to find out. All right. So if you want to need more, if you want to know, Nicole says, I do feel ancient lifetimes. Absolutely. Multiple cats and dogs. Newest kitten has been with me before. Beautiful. So if you want to know more about that, that was a beautiful webinar. It's called Cats and Reincarnation. I really invite you to check that out. It was really, really very powerful. And we did a process where you tapped into your cats and asked which lifetimes they were in with you. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right, I did one class that was called Your Cat's 3 Wishes. And that was really also very, very important because our cats are with us. They live with us. They live, they're with us very, very closely. They live with us closer than anybody else almost. They share our beds with us. They share a home with us. They are very much in tune with us. And they are there for us. And we are a team. Our cats and us are always a team, just like your dogs are a team with you, and your cats are a team with you. And our cats have so much to say to us, and our cats have so much to share with us. And they see us day in and day out, how we are maybe in a job that we don't like, how we do things that we don't like to do, how we, have all these, well, we humans are so complicated. We have our jobs, we have bills to pay, we have to put food on the table, we have families that we need to support, we have friends and colleagues, co-workers, communities that we have to cater and to support. And they just see that we are always busy, that we're stressed out a lot, that we're maybe not aligned, that we're not where we want to be. And they see that and they want to help us, right? So they really truly have wishes for us. And wish number one is, let's just go straight into it. Your cat wants you to be happy. So many times they see that we're not happy. And so many times we humans don't notice that we're not happy because we are in our heads a lot. Even we spiritual people, we are still up here in our mind, in our heads a lot, right? Because as I said, we have all these things that we have to do. We have to put food on the table and have our jobs and have this and that. And a lot of times, and we're running. I mean, running busy. And we don't notice sometimes when we are not happy with our life or with a life situation or with something that we're doing. We don't notice it because we need to do it, right? Because we think we need to do it. And just this one more thing, if I just do this one more thing, then I'll be happy. And then there's another thing that comes up, another thing. And we forget to be happy in the here and now. Or we forget to say no sometimes. So our cats really want us to know that they want us to be happy. They try to bring us back in the here and now. Those are when the joy bringers come in. When the joy bringers, they see we're stressed out and they come and they do a somersault or something, or they purr, or they lie on our laps. They just want to bring us into the here and now. Or the cats, a classic thing during COVID and lockdowns and all these things, when we all started to do home office, right? People just came to me in masses and they said, my cat always bothers me when I work. My cat shuts down my computer, right? My cat walks over the keyboard. My cat sits in front of my face and I can't work. And oh my God, my cat wants all this attention. But the reality is, I spoke to the cats during lockdowns and COVID. I spoke to so many cats. And you know what the cats told me? They said, my cat, my human is not happy at his computer. My human is stressed out. He hates the project. He hates the Zoom call. He hates this. He's just stressed out all the time. So really, when your cat comes and bothers you at your computer, or what we think bothers you, they just want to get you away from the computer. They want you, or at least they want you to come into your own, or come into your present moment and say, I'm not okay with this right now. They want you to take a break. They want you to just step away for 10 minutes, take a coffee break. Or they want you to relax during a Zoom call when you're all, when you're just not comfortable. So your cat really truly wants you to be happy. And that is their biggest wish, really. And it's funny and interesting because the cats usually, my clients usually come to me and they say, I just want my cat to be happy. I don't know when my cat is not happy. My cat has everything that she needs. She has all the toys. She has the best foods. I play with her all the time. She can go out. She's got this great place. She's got everything that she needs, but she doesn't seem happy. She seems restless. She meows a lot. She always runs around. She bites me. She scratches me. Please help me make my cat happy. And that's a classic, right? Everybody comes to me and says, I just want to have a happy cat. Please help. And then in 95% of the cases, 99% of the cases, I speak with the cat. And the cat says, it's not me. It's my human who's not happy. It's my human who's restless. It's my human who feels locked in. It's my human who is not happy with their life. It's my human who bites and scratches in a sense of, is just really, really angry at times. And they really say, I just want my human to be happy. So the secret to a happy cat is be happy yourself, or try to be as happy as you can. And I know happiness is a process. It's not something that we usually can be in all the time, but just know it, notice it. And when your cat acts strange or acts up, when your cat's not happy, look into yourself and try to make yourself as happy as possible in the present moment. Does that make sense? to go into the chat. Does that make sense? They're listening. Yes, absolutely. The cats are always listening when we do these sessions. Denise says, yes, yes. All right. So now this point usually strongly resonates because, as I said, we live our lives and we don't notice whether we're happy or not, or we just say just one more thing and then I'll be happy. And, you know, we just forget to be happy and let our cat really guide us. Next time your cat acts up or acts strange or tries to get you away from your phone, classic, also people tell me that my cat doesn't like it when I'm on my phone. My cat wants attention. I say, no, your cat knows you're on the phone too much and you're stressed out because you bent over and you're doing this, right? And you're just all into your phone and not in the present moment. So next time your cat bothers you when you're on your phone, your cat just wants you to get off the phone for a moment and just be in the here now, right? Okay, wish number 2, your cat wants you to do what you love. And that, of course, ties in, going back to your purpose, your mission, your purpose, your superpower, your unique you that you bring to this world. Your cat knows you have a purpose. Your cat knows you have important work to do. Each one of us here or in the entire world has important work to do because we're all connected. And my guides always showing to me kind of like a tapestry, like a tapestry with, interwoven, and each one of us is a thread or a part in the tapestry, and all together we make this beautiful picture. And each thread is important, and each thread should, touches the other thread. So we are all interwoven, all interconnected. And when you bring to the world what you love, do what you love, then the tapestry becomes one, right? It becomes a beautiful picture. And your cat knows that. And your cat knows when you're not aligned and when you're not doing what you love. And your cat will show you. Set with weird behavior, with strange behavior. So wish number 2, the cat collective really is, your cat wants you to do what you love. Does that make sense? Go back to the chat. Beautiful tapestry. 3 good wishes, absolutely. The roommate question, can you ask that again later with your roommate's cat? Because that's too far to go right now. But if you ask that again later, I'll be happy to answer that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So, wish number 3, which is becoming more and more important, your cat wants you to find your connection. And with connection, I mean connection not only to your cat, but connection to yourself, to your purpose, to your guides. You have divine guides, you have a spirit guide team around you. You most likely have a star family if your soul comes from another star system. If you always feel that you don't fit in here, you always felt different, you sometimes can't understand why humans are the way they are. And sometimes you look up into the sky saying, I don't know where I'm from, but I'm not from here. You're not from here. If you have that feeling, if you ever had that feeling, then your soul comes from somewhere else, far, far away. And your star family, your soul family is here to find you, and they want you to find your connection. So your cat knows when you're not connected. And it's absolutely true what they say about cats, that they can see into other dimensions. Your cat does have that sight. Your cat knows when your guides come in, your cat knows when your star family comes in. Your cat knows when you are not aligned, not connected, because they are connected. So your cat increasingly wants you to find your connection. My dreams show me I'm not from here. Absolutely. Replay, yes. 100% yes. Strongly resonates. Good, good, good. All right. We're going to talk about the connection later, because that's actually what the second part is all about your connection. All right. So let's move on. Yes, as already said, I encourage you to watch my free webinar series for the deeper insights, and most of all, start to listen more actively to your cat. And with listening, I mean, watch her behavior, listen in, tune into your cat's soul, tune into your cat's essence, and let your cat really guide you on your path. And that's how your cat helps you in your spiritual path, by everything that we just talked about. So the website is, one of my websites is Feline Soul Academy. That's my online school, felinesoulacademy.com. There's a free webinars course that is obviously free, where you can catch up on everything that I have talked about this in the last 6 weeks. And there's also my upcoming Your Cat, Your Guide course. I will talk about it a little bit later before we go into the process. We're still going into the process. In a little while, where we will guide you into meditation to connect to your cat. So, how do I know all this? Yes. So some of you might say now, how does Sylvie know all these things, and why does she say the things she says? The thing was, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. I was seeking my purpose. I had a happy, great career in the movie industry. I worked for 20-something years in the movie industry, and it was great, and I loved it, and I liked it, and I was quite happy with my life, actually. But I got into my 40s, and I think now 30s are the new 40s. I know people start to seek their purpose much earlier now. They're starting in their 20s and their 30s, which is great. But at the time, I was in my 40s, and I started to just say there's something, it doesn't fulfill me anymore. My job does not fulfill me anymore like it used to. I need to find my purpose, right? Because I need to find more meaning to my life. There's got to be something else than watch movies for a living, which was great, but there's just got to be something more. So I started to journal and do all the exercises to seek my purpose, and it just was right there. It was really easy for me. I said, it's cats. Of course, I love cats. I've always loved cats. I grew up with cats. I felt more comfortable with cats than I was with humans when I grew up. And I just always loved cats. I felt this deep connection that I could not explain. So I said, okay, great. I'm going to be a cat psychologist. I want to make this a better world for cats. I want to help the cats in the world. That's what I started out as my purpose. I want to help the cats in the world, make this a better world for them. So I studied cat psychology and the whole behaviorism, studies, and I read all the textbooks, and I got all the certificates. I thought, God, I'm in my 40s and I'm switching careers. I did it on the side, by the way. I did not quit my job cold turkey. But it was coming from here. It was all from, I was journaling, and everything was coming from here. I thought I needed all these certificates and all these qualifications to even go out and counsel people. And I did all that, and I spent a lot of time and money on it. And I went out and I started to do house calls, but something was missing. Yes, I was telling people you need more scratch posts, and you need to put the cat litter box in a different position, and you need to play with your cat, and all the nice things, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for me, there was just something missing. I said, that's not the higher meaning that I was looking for. There was just something missing. So I seeked more and more, and then I found energy healing first, and I said, oh, that's beautiful. I didn't know I could heal with my hands. Wow. And I'm going to add energy healing to my repertoire. So I did the cat counseling and energy healing for the cats, and it was beautiful and it was nice, but still something was still eluding me. Something was missing. So then I found animal communication, and I started to dabble a little bit in it. It kind of came in, and I started to take, little exercises and stuff. But again, it didn't really click until I found my connection. And that's why I want to talk about connection in the second half now with you, because it's so important to have your spiritual connection. I mean, all of that was the beginning of my spiritual path, but I didn't have my connection to above, let's say above, higher guidance, and to everything that is out there. So then what happened was, my really, really, really big awakening was when I got a message from my star family, which was channeled through a cat. Who else, right? So what happened was, I was in Miami. I was visiting my sister-in-law. She's a highly spiritual, awakened person. And I guess I was just bathing in her energies for a couple of days. And then I was leaving. And of course, she has a cat. So I was leaving, and I was packing my bags, and her cat all of a sudden jumped on my suitcase, and the cat sat there next to the suitcase, and she looked at me. Mystique, the cat, she looked at me, and she looked at me, and she looked at me. And after a while I said, oh, I think she's trying to say something. Why is she looking at me like that? I guess there is a message that wants to come through to her. So I said, okay, fine. I'm going to tune in. And with my limited abilities of animal communication at the time, because I hadn't opened up yet completely. So I tuned in and I thought the cat just wanted to say something. But what happened was it was a channel message, because the cat mystique is a channel and a medium, just like some people are channels and mediums. She channeled a message from my star family. And it was the most beautiful experience ever. And it gives me this the chills and the shivers, even when I think about it now, when I talk about it. They came in and they said they were the lion beings. And I had never heard of lion beings before. Believe me, trust me, I'd never heard of that before. So I said, lion beings, okay. So they're from Lyra, the Lyrans, the lion beings specifically. And they said that they had watched over me all my life. They said that I was one of them. They said that they had a message for me. Basically, they wanted to show me, they wanted to guide me from now on. They wanted to show me what my path was or what my purpose was. And they gave me this beautiful message, which I call now my assignment. And I am quoting a few lines here from my assignment. This is what the lion being said to me to do. They said, tell people to not treat cats as babies or kids, but as grown-ups and divine beings. They said, tell people about their purpose and that cats help them find and follow their purpose. They also said, tell them that cats come into their life in order to help them become their best self. And they said a whole bunch of other things, but this is really the gist of it, what I want to share with you today. And they said that cats and humans are closely related in their DNA, and there's more cat DNA in humans, and that they would be with me every step of the way from now on, and that I can call on them, my family, my lion being family, and that they would help me on my path. And after this channeling, I just sat there and I said, whoa, what just happened? Because it was just so out of the blue. I did not expect it. I did not know I had a star family. I always felt like I was from somewhere else. I always felt like this was not my home. And I had always, as a kid, I always looked up to the sky, wondering what was out there. And all of a sudden, this message came through a cat, of course. That was a beautiful thing. And I was just baffled and I was just very moved. And it just resonated. It resonated so deeply with me. And then I ran to the computer and I Googled the lion beings and I said, oh my God, the lion beings is actually a thing. People actually talk about them. There's people who wrote books about them. It's actually a thing. And I was so relieved that I didn't make it up, right? And I looked up the cat DNA and people DNA, and it's true. I didn't know that either. We humans share 93% of our DNA with cats. And actually cats are our closest relatives after the monkeys. I did not know that. They said that. And I'm just so happy I found out this way, because I know I didn't make it up, right? So it was the most beautiful, most touching experience. And I went out and really it became my purpose to share exactly these messages. I started to talk about, I started to, well, what I really did was I went deep into animal communication. I really learned it from scratch. And I talked to cats all around the world. I had literally thousands of sessions with cats ever since. And they shared with me it's absolutely true. And I speak to them on a soul level. I don't speak to them on their conscious cat level. I speak on a soul level. And they tell me exactly that's what it is. We are here. Our purpose is to help our people with their purpose. So they confirmed everything that I had channeled. And it was beautiful and it was magical. And it became my purpose to really share these messages. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's the one thing that I love more than anything in the world. And it truly is my purpose. So my story, I just want to encourage you to go out, seek your purpose, to seek for messages, to align with your cat, to speak to your cat, to listen to your cat. Your cat can actually show you the way. It doesn't always have to happen the same way as it did for me, but your cat can absolutely show you the way. So I hope that that resonates with you. And I'm going to move on. Look into the chat if there's anything I'm missing. Lion beings, yes, absolutely. Cats travel, yes. Interesting. All right. Okay, let us move on. So this part is all about finding a spiritual connection, and it's so important to find the connection. That is why I told the story. It's so important to find your connection, because it didn't click. You know, I had all the tools. I had the knowledge as the cat expert, as the behaviorist, the cat psychology, the energy healing, the animal communication, but it didn't click until I had that spiritual moment where I connected to my higher guides, to my star family, to my higher self. That's when everything started to flow, and that's when it came together. And that's how I do what I do now, because I have that connection, and I have tended to that connection. So I have practiced. I always tune into my guides every single day, and it keeps me going, and it's what keeps me on my path. So I would like to help you find your spiritual connection. So let's recap just for a moment. Your cat's big mission is to awaken you to your purpose, to find it and to follow it. Just let that sit for a moment. And that is why I find it so beautiful to bring the cats in and include the cats in your journey, because that's what your cat or your dog is in your life for. They are part of your spiritual journey, and they are here to wake you up. Their mission is also to get or to keep you on track when you're not aligned with your soul path. Something I've already said before, but again, they get you on track, they keep you on track by acting weird, acting strange, telling you there's something off in your life, you're not aligned, you're not happy, and so on, right? So that is their big mission right now during the awakening process. So the thing is, in the awakening process, your cat is actually a little bit ahead of you. And why do I say that? Well, you probably already know from everything I've talked about so far, right? Your cat is naturally connected. They are connected to their nature, to Mother Earth. They are connected to their own guides. Yes, cats have spirit guides too. They have beautiful spirit guides around them. They are connected to higher beings out there that are trying to communicate to you. They see, feel, know when you have a star family coming in. They connect you to they help you connect to your star family, just for instance, by channeling messages like the story that I just told you. So they know when your star family is trying to talk to you. When you don't notice it, your cat notices it, and they will try to push you, to nudge you, bite you, you know, whatever it is to get your attention. You need to listen. Somebody's talking to you. And they're connecting to the universe and to the universal flow and to the universal wisdom. All right. So cats are connected. We are also connected, but we are kind of through this, let's say, artificial life that we've been living, as in, you know, all the stuff that we cram our heads with, all the stuff that we do in a normal life. We kind of lost our connection, or we didn't lose it, but we're not tuned into our connection. It's like a radio station that we're not tuned into, right? Because we are here, over here. I don't want to say anything bad, but let's say you're tuned into Netflix, or television, or YouTube. So you're not tuned into it, and Netflix is playing so loud, or YouTube is playing so loud in the background, that you're not tuning into the radio station where your guides are broadcasting, or your spirit family is broadcasting, right? So all we need to do is find our connection and tune into that connection. All right, so it makes sense, right? Cats are naturally connected. We humans, it's not that we disconnected, but we kind of forget how to tune in. And that's what I want to talk about with you in the following. So I call the 5 pillars of connection. We're not going to go through all 5, because that would just be way beyond the scope of this webinar, but just to give you an idea, I'm helping you connect to your cat. I want to help you connect to yourself and to your soul self, to your higher self, to that bigger being that you are. I want to help you connect to your guidance, meaning your spirit guides, your soul family, and all the other beings out there that want to talk to you. I want to help you connect to your purpose. And I want to help you connect to your soul path. And we can't do everything today, of course, because the 1.5 hours are much too short. I do have an upcoming class called Your Cat, Your Guide, where I will be doing all of this with you, or with, you know, if this resonates with you, then you may want to stay on when I talk about the class a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on talking about the class itself, but I do invite you to tune into it and to see if this is something that you know, that resonates with you. So let's talk about 3 pillars today. Connect to your cat. Your cat truly, after everything I've just talked about, your cat truly wants you to reach out, right? Your cat wants you to understand the role that she plays in your life and how she supports you. Goes back to the purpose. I don't really need to explain that again, but your cat truly wants you to reach out. And your cat truly will show you what's not working in your life. Your cat will show you which life topics you still carry that are still not resolved. She will show you any way she can. As I said, if you're somebody who doesn't show themselves, then you will have a cat that hides. If you are angry with the world out there, you will probably have a cat that lashes out or that bites and scratches. If you are, I don't know, not in tune with yourself or restless, you will most likely have a cat that's restless. So your cat will show you, and I can only encourage you to connect to your cat. How can you do that? Listen, as in listen to her voice, obviously, but watch your cat, listen to your cat, tune in. Is your cat happy? Is your cat showing you that there's something off in your life? Ideally, communicate with her. Ideally, I can just recommend to anyone to learn animal communication. It's the most beautiful, the most important skill personally that I have ever learned. If there's one thing that I would do all over again, or if there's one thing that I would do earlier in life, it's truly to learn animal communication. I wish I would have found it when I was 20 and not when I was 40. Because there's so much richness that cats bring into our lives. And it's the most beautiful thing to do, to learn animal communication, to talk properly with her, with him. But even if you don't, I do have classes. I mean, you know, you don't have to learn it from me, but I do have a class that is there for it's a pre-recorded class. It's at a very, very good price. I talk all about communication with cats specifically, but it's classic animal communication. And even if you don't learn it, if you say you're communicating beautifully, you know, if you tune in, some people are so tuned in with their cats, they don't even need to learn animal communication. Whatever you do, however you do it is fine. Just communicate, somehow tune into your cat and know and take your cat's guidance, really. I mean, take your cat's messages seriously. Tune in, tune in, tune in. It's so important, and it will help you on your spiritual path. I can promise you that, because I can, I mean, there's no guarantees in life, but I can pretty much guarantee and promise that your life is, that your cat is in your life to help you on your path. So embrace it and take her guidance or his guidance. Make sense? So who here feels that they are connected to the cat, or that they could probably connect more? Just want to go to the chat for a moment. People raised their hands. Okay, let's do the raised hands later for the Q&A. Let's do the chat here real quick. Yes, connected to my cat, feel very connected. More connected with some of my cats than with others, absolutely. Yep. Okay. All right, all animals, absolutely. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so this step, you are already on a very, very good path with this step. And of course, the class that I'm going to talk about later or in the following, I will help you connect to your cat even more. There's a bonus to learn animal communication for free with this class, so you would even deepen your connection with your cat. So let's move on. Second step, connect to yourself, as in connect to your soul, connect to your higher self, and mainly connect to your purpose. And I would like to ask how many of you know what their purpose is, or are kind of sure, or unsure, or are still seeking. I would really love to hear that from you. I'm going to go back to the chat. Still seeking, not sure. I think I know. Beautiful. Tina. Still seeking. Many of you, some of you probably know, but there's always fine-tuning, seeking but getting closer. Okay, it's a lot of seekers. Feel I'm on purpose, beautiful. Afraid to take the final leap. Yes, I know that one. That's a lot of people I work with kind of are on that step where they don't dare to step out into the world. Still seeking at 60. You know, Deborah, it's never too late. I changed my life at 47, I think. I was almost 50 when I started to change careers. So it's never too late. Energy healer, Olga, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So for those, I mean, we're not going to go into finding a purpose today. Obviously, that is a whole class by itself, which is, of course, what we'll do in the upcoming class. We're going to have one module, 1 week, just about finding a purpose. And really, it's your purpose may be more simple than you think. Some people think it's this elaborate thing that they have to, I don't know, go out there and invent an iPhone or do something really substantial for the world or cure world hunger or something. And maybe some people have that purpose to cure world hunger, but really it doesn't have to be that elaborate. It's just basically, what are you here to contribute? Again, think of the tapestry of life. Everybody has one thread. Yours may be loud and colorful, or yours may be very, very subdued, but it's part of the fabric. And without that thread, the fabric tapestry of life is not complete. And it's really very simple. What makes your heart sing? What do you do? What could you do all day long and never get tired or never get bored? It's really that simple. For some people, it's singing, creating beautiful songs. For other people, it's painting. For other people, it's sharing their stories with the world. For others, it's just being themselves and touching people because they're such loving and caring and wonderful listeners that they touch people by just being a great listener. That can be your purpose. Touch people through exactly the way, how you put yourself out in the world, how you connect with people. That can be your purpose because you touch people just by being you. Does that make sense? Apologize, I have to put on the glasses so I can read the chat, but that's how it is right now. Seeking more. Our 2 kittens are right listening to you and purring and snuggling. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, the cats are very much tuned into these sessions. Got my life from the 12-step fellowship. From addiction. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into that in the class. But yes, I can only really encourage you, find your purpose, and it may be much simpler than you think. How? Let's go to the how first. You can meditate on it. You can journal. You can ask your guides. You can ask the Akashic Records. I do have in one of my classes, I do have an Akashic Records meditation where I guide you into ask your Akashic Records. What is my purpose? And you'll find out. So it can be a very long process finding a purpose, but it can be very simple to find. I mean, for me, I started with I think it took me a week or so. I did the journaling, I did a couple of exercises, but then I kept going to the one thing, cats. And that was the one thing. My first thought was cats. And then I went to this whole process. It took me a week or two. It was actually really fast. And at the end of the 2 weeks, it was cats. I said, yeah, of course, cats. I could have done it on day 1, right? And then how you define the purpose. I mean, my purpose went from, I want to make this a better world for cats. That was how I started out. And now it's about, I share the cat's important messages with the world, and I talk about purpose for cats and with people. So that was very long-winded, but you get my drift, right? You can rephrase it. It doesn't have to be set in stone. All right, does it make sense? Good. And I also want to touch a little bit about your unique gifts. I always ask people, what is your superpower? And some people get confused and say, oh my God, I don't know, what's my superpower? And other people are right there and they say, my superpower is to, I don't know, create songs that touch people, whatever. So everybody has what I call a unique fingerprint, a special superpower, something that comes natural, something that comes easily, something that ties in with your purpose. Everybody has something special. We're all special, right? And it's so important to tune into your special superpower so that you know what you actually contribute to the world and how you touch everybody around you. So for instance, my superpower is to instinctively or to instantly see the connection between cat and person. That's my superpower. I talk to somebody shows me a picture of the cat, and I instantly see the connection between the two. So that's my superpower. What's yours? I would like to hear in the chat. We're going to go a little bit over here, but I do like to involve you. A good listener, retired art teacher. Okay. All right. Passion is cats too. Beautiful, educated teacher. Photographs nature, just being there and share with others. See light in people, lift them up. Beautiful. Talk to my cats all the time. Talk to the birds, deers, and squirrels. Beautiful, Catherine. Okay. So yes, just look into your, feel into your superpower. It's not something that you need to know overnight. It just kind of helps you hone in, and it just helps you understand how you're actually making a difference in people's lives or in animals' lives, whatever your superpower is. So it's all part of your path and your purpose and your connection to yourself, that you know how unique you are. Everybody is unique in their own way. And when I work with people, I like to tune into the uniqueness. I like to empower people to be themselves. And again, in the upcoming class, we're going to go into what's your purpose? What is your superpower? How do you touch people? I like to empower people to step up into the open and, you know, take that last step and not just say I'm a healer or an animal communicator, but I don't dare to talk about it. A lot of people, gifted people, they stop there because they say, I talk with like-minded people, but I don't dare to step out and say I communicate with animals, because some people may think I'm crazy, right? Or some people don't dare to say they're healers because what will my co-workers think? Because I'm such a down-to-earth person, now I'm a healer and I don't dare to step out into the world. But the thing is, it's so important. We need to step out. That's how we make it a better world. To step out, to embrace our superpowers, and to talk about our superpowers. So part of my thing, what I love to do is I love to encourage people in my classes, in my coachings, when I work with people in my healings, I empower them to go out and to go out and say, I am an animal communicator. Yay, I am a healer. And to make that last step. Right? It's so important. Okay, so that was connecting to yourself and your soul self and your path. And now the last point I want to make here is the connection to your guidance. Again, I'm going back to the connection that I found with my guidance. It changed my life instantly overnight. And I'd like for you to find that connection as well. So many people say they know that. Many people I work with, they are in contact with their spirit guides, but they don't know how vast the spirit guides actually are. How many of you here are in contact with the spirit guides or know the spirit guides, or how many don't? No. Yes. Connected. Yes. Beautiful. Many yes. Many yeses. Beautiful. Okay. One says not really. Yes. No. Okay. So it's kind of half, 60-40 on the mentions. Yeah. All right. So animal spirit guide, totem, many people do shamanism, can hear the guidance. Yeah, it's the thing is, I mean, we cannot go into it here now. We're going to do the process later, and we're going to tap into your spirit guides when we do the process. So stay tuned for that. Olga says, I know, no, connection shaky. All right. It's really a practice. All it is, it's really a practice. It's like tuning into the radio station. It gets clearer and clearer. And a lot of people think they have to see them visibly, physically, or they have to know their names or something. Or a lot of people think they only have 2 or 3. It's not true. You have a whole, you have a whole group, you have a whole team around you. Some are closer, some are higher, elevated. You don't have to see them. You don't need to know their names. Some people say they need to know their names. You just need to know who they are. Are they, are they from the light, or are they from the not so light? I don't want to go into that, but there's a lot of darker energies that poses your spirit guide. So if something feels weird, if you get some kind of guidance that you feel it's kind of weird, I don't feel comfortable with that, these are not your spirit guides. They are intruders. They are from the dark side, or from the, let's say, darker energies. If something doesn't feel right, if your guidance says do this and doesn't feel right, tell them to leave. Tell them they need to be off the light to be in your spirit team. Okay, I just want to mention that. How do I know that I'm not imagining them? Does it feel right? Does it feel like somebody is giving you valuable advice, or somebody is cheering you on, or sometimes you feel them as a loving energy around you? They will give you little hints. You may or may not hear them. You don't have to hear them. Sometimes you tune into them. Sometimes you just know, or you feel them as this loving energy around you. These are your guides. And I go into it in the class. Again, we're going to tune, we'll do a whole module about connecting to your spirit guides. But it's just really important that you get in tune with them, because they will give you the guidance that you need. They will be there together with your cats. They all work together. They will guide you on your path. A knowing sense, exactly. Leanne says a knowing sense, exactly. That's exactly what you need. You don't need to. Some people see them, don't get me wrong. Some people hear them, and some people just sense them. And it's all good. It's no right or wrong. It just needs to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, tell them to leave. Tell them they're not the true spirit guides. They need to be off the light. That's important. And we have a process for that too, how to tell right or wrong. So I just want to touch a little bit on the star families. We don't have time to go into that, but many of you already said you feel like you're not from here. Many of you are star seeds. Possibly all of you. If you found your way here, you're possibly all star seeds. Who knows of their star family? Real quick. Okay, Laura says, I feel less resistance when I'm furthering myself on my correct path than when I'm going against it. Absolutely. Things will go your way when you're on your path, and things will feel rocky when you're not on your path. Kathleen says, yes, spirit guide or star family. Never heard of it before, Jen. Okay. A few more, maybe. Star family, yes. Jessie, cool. So you're already in contact with them. Yes, beautiful. All right. And your cats can actually, from the Pleiades, Alcyone, beautiful, Rama, both of us, beautiful. Yes, your cats can be starseeds too. Many cats are actually from somewhere else. They are from Sirius or from Lyra or from the Pleiades. Many, many cats and dogs are starseeds as well. And they will tell you, your cats will try to connect you either by channeling messages from your star family, or, and I want to tell this story real quick because it was so beautiful. Kat, I don't know whether you're on here today on the call. I just had this beautiful session a couple of days ago with a client, with this beautiful person. And she said that she did, when she communicates with her cat keeps showing her these pyramid-like shapes. Her cat, because she doesn't just hear in animal communication, she sees pictures, and her cat kept showing her these pyramid shapes in different colors, beautiful pyramids, and she didn't know what that was, and she mentioned it to her animal communication teacher, not me, somebody else. And the person said, no, they don't give us images, they just give us words, and you're probably imagining that your cat's showing you nonsense. You're imagining that your cat's showing you pyramid shapes. And she was all frustrated. And then she told me about that today, and she almost didn't tell me because she felt so, downtrodden by her teacher saying that can't be real. And I said, oh my God, you know what the pyramid shapes are that your cat's showing you? This is a healing technique from Sirius, from the star system Sirius. And you may have heard that humanity has star brothers and sisters. We were seeded here from, amongst others, from the star system Sirius. And a lot of us are Syrians, and they communicate with us. And her cat was basically showing her the connection to Sirius by showing her these pyramid-shaped, beautiful these beautiful pyramids, these beautiful shapes. And it's not only sacred geometry, it's also a healing modality from Ceres. They heal, they send healing with these pyramid shapes. So her cat was showing her, your spirit family is talking to you. The Syrians are talking to you. And she didn't know until I told her. So this is how beautifully our cats work with the divine, with our spirit team, with our star family. They channel messages, they give you healings, they give you activations from your star family, and they help you connect when you know how to listen. So I just want to share that story because I thought it was so beautiful. Pleiades, I think my cat is a starseed. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to add on a whole star family, starseed awakening module to my class, because there's more and more people coming to me that are looking for their star family, or they're trying to connect. And it's so important that we connect to them, because only then do we open up to our true path, our true mission. We came here with a mission from other star systems. And it's important that we tune into that mission, because it just gives us one more facet and one more building block to what we're here to do. Make sense? All right. So other side. All right. So also, of course, connecting to your guidance also means tune into source, tune into God, divine, higher consciousness, the universe, whatever you want to call it. I prefer not to call it anything. There's different, I just call it the higher power of your understanding, whatever you like to say. If you like to call it God or divine or source or cosmic consciousness, whatever you want to call it, it's just important you find that connection. Because the connection is there, the field is there for us to tune into. And when we're in connection with that higher field of consciousness, I call it love, I call it God, source, love, divine. That's when you're truly connected. And you need all these connections in order to fully contribute your peace and fully be at peace with yourself and with your place in the world. Make sense? I'm told I'm a starseed, but not know who I'm connected to. Promise is yes. All right. So again, how? Meditate, tune in, ask for guidance. You can tune into your guidance. You can ask for guidance. Ask your cat, ask your guides, tune in, meditate, or join us in the class where it's all about finding your connection to your guidance. So yeah, I just want to again stress the fact that you're always guided by the universe. You're always guided by your cats. Your cats are more tangible because you can look at them, you can see their behavior, you can tune into them easier. So you're always guided by your cats, especially right now during these times of awakening. You're always guided by the universe. Look for signs. If you keep seeing the same numbers, if you keep seeing, those double numbers, 1111 or 1313 or 2020 or 444, whatever numbers, if you keep seeing these numbers, it's a sign from the universe. And sometimes when you feel that maybe you're not on your path, or you're starting to doubt, or you're starting to feel unhappy about something, and then during that day, you keep seeing the same number, 1212 or something like that, it's always a sign from the universe, you're on track. Everything's fine, you're on track. Right? We probably know that phenomenon that we keep seeing the same numbers. It's a sign of the universe. Or a bird comes flying, or all these birds come flying all of a sudden, they sit in front of you, or a squirrel comes by and the squirrel looks at you and you feel a squirrel wants to say something. These are signs from the universe. Tune in, listen to whatever message they have. Makes sense? 22, yep. Webinar 1111, absolutely. Yes, I believe very much in these numbers, and they always help me to stay on track. 444, see? Absolutely. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to do a mini meditation, because I don't like lengthy meditations. I don't like to sit and do for hours, so I do it fairly quickly, and we're going to go into the process together. We will get you out of your head and into your heart. Very important. Everything starts, connection starts here, the heart. Connection is not here, because the more we seek it from here, the less we find it. Connection is here in the heart center. We'll call in your guides and your cats, and we'll ask if there's anything that you need to know. It's going to be fairly simple. And then afterwards, we're going to talk about it, and you can share. I'd love to hear your shares. What to expect, just be open. There is no right or wrong. You might hear the messages. As I said earlier, you might hear messages in words. You might just see something in an image. They might give you an image. You may sense something. You might feel something, or you may just, have it as a thought in your head and say, oh my God, is it me or is it a message? It's a message. You might just know the answers. All of a sudden, you just know the answer and you don't know how it got into your head here. So just be open. It's different for everyone. There is no right or wrong in this process. And your first impulse is usually right. So when something just crosses your mind, something just goes through your head, and then you start thinking, did I really hear that now? Or was that a message or not? The first impulse is always right. Open. Okay, cool. So let's connect. I invite you to close your eyes, to put your feet firmly on the ground for the process of this exercise, because we are going to ground you, we're going to open you, and we're going to go within and without. So take 3 deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Right. Now keep breathing in your own timing, your own rhythm. There's no right or wrong. And I imagine you're breathing through your feet into the earth. You're going to find that connection, the grounding, and the connection to Mother Earth. And when you breathe into the earth, every time you breathe in, feel your connection to Gaia, Mother Earth, the new earth even. The earth is a living, breathing being. She's just bigger than we are. She's our mother. She nourishes us. She hosts us. She's kind of like a host mom. And for those who have a hard time grounding and finding the connection with Mother Earth, you may be a starseed. You may feel that you're not from here and Earth is not your mother. But she always says, yes, I channel Mother Earth too sometimes, and she always says she's your guest mother. Just think of it, you're an exchange student here and she's your host mom. And that usually opens up the flow. And now I can feel you all grounding. Feel the connection. So now you're grounded, now you're connected to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. And now breathe up into the sky, through your head, into the sky, into the vastness of the universe. And let's connect to cosmic consciousness, God, source, love, whatever you want to call this higher power of your understanding, the universe. Just let the light see, feel, sense a light, white golden light above your head, and let it come in through your crown chakra into your head, and let everything be flushed out that you don't need anymore by this golden divine light. Let's attune your third eye. Just feel the light flush out your third eye chakra. Open your intuition, your psychic gifts and powers. You'll only open it as much as you're ready to. If you don't want any of this, then just say no, thank you. And if you want it, say yes, please. I feel a lot of third eyes opening right now. Just let the process happen. Don't overthink it. Just feel it, visualize it, imagine it. Okay, now let the light flood down your throat, open your throat chakra. There's a lot of closed throat chakras here on this call. Just let the light flood it all out. It stands for communication with yourself, with the divine, with the world. To all those of you who feel that they don't express themselves enough, they can't bring their powers or their knowledge into this world, let the divine light flush out your throat chakra. Now it's opening up. And now let it trickle down to your heart chakra, and let the divine light flush Flood out any hard walls, any residue, any heartache, hardship, heartache, pains, emotional scars that you're carrying. Just let go what you're ready to let go and let the light flush it out. And now let the light trickle down further, first over your shoulders, into your elbows and your hands. Let the light open up your hand chakras so you can bring your creations into this world, so you can do your healings and your energy work and your art and your whatever it is that you contribute to this world. Let the light open up your hand chakras. You may feel it flow out now out of your hands. It feels more open, more receptive, more aligned. And now let the light flood further down to your solar plexus, into your lower chakras. And let's flood everything out, your sacral and your root chakra, your solar plexus. Let light flush everything out that you don't need anymore. Everything you're ready to let go. And now let the light trickle further down through your thighs, your knees, down to your feet. And let it open up your feet chakras. And then let the light move into the earth, morph into the earth. And now you open. You may feel more open. Your feet may feel as though now they're ready to walk. Now you're more free to walk your soul path. And now you're well connected to above and to below. See yourself in a pillar of light that goes straight through you from above to below. And now let that light flood your entire aura, your entire energy field, till you're standing in a bubble, beautiful bubble of light. And just feel how everything gets flushed out that you don't need anymore. Everything you're ready to let go just naturally gets flushed out by the light. And now I want you to take one hand and put it on your heart area, and connect to your soul self, to your higher self, your divine self, and your human self. They're all there. It's all one. They're all connected. And just breathe into yourself for a moment. Open up your heart to yourself. All right, now you can take your hand down or stretch your hands out and call in your spirit guides. And just imagine them like a congregation of light around you. You may see them or feel them or just sense them. They are like a circle of light around you. You may just feel them, but it's all good. Just feel their presence. They're very loving. They're very supportive. So now you're well connected to above, to below, to yourself, and to your guides. And now ask your guides, is there anything you need to know at this point? You may hear or feel or sense the answers, or you just may see an image. There is no right or wrong. And even if you didn't get anything, it doesn't matter. You get what you get. Don't overthink it. Just go with the flow. You can always come back to this meditation, do this again. All right, so now keep your eyes closed. Now imagine you're opening up with your hands, open up a virtual screen in front of you, like you're opening up an iPad or something, or a television screen, a computer screen. Just imagine you open up a screen, a virtual screen, and call in your cat or one of your cats. Start with one. Don't overdo it. Just call one cat and see which cat comes in. Sometimes another cat comes in that we didn't even call. So call in your cat and see, sense, or feel your cat's personality coming in. You may see her, you may just feel her personality come in, or his personality, essence, core. And now I'll be quiet for a moment and now ask your cat, is there anything? What is it that you need to know right now? Okay. And now you can ask your cat, what is your purpose or task with me? Okay, again, don't overthink it. You get what you get. Can be a short answer, can be a long answer, can be an image. It's all good. There's no right or wrong. And now ask your cat in closing, or your guides, your cats and your guides. Ask them, is there anything else that they want, any message that you need to know before we're closing here today? Anything else you need to know, anything they want to guide you with? Okay. Thank your cat and your guides. Especially thank your cat for coming in, for giving you messages, for being with you, for being her loving self, for her beautiful purpose with you, for sharing their lives with you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. Hug your cat and say, I will be doing this again. I'll be connecting again. I do hope you'll be connecting to your cat this way more often now. They're always there for you. All right, anything else? Channeling, healing, activation. There's some healing energy coming in now for all of you while you're saying goodbye to your cats. Your cats are coming in big numbers now. They're sending a lot of love. You may feel it now. The cats are sending so much love into this group. They have so much love for us, so much respect. And they're like this beautiful, loving shield around you. And they just want you to know that you're doing great and they're very proud of you. All right, so let's say thank you. Let's close the screen. Say goodbye to your guides, to your cat. Take another deep breath or two, and then slowly, slowly, slowly come back into your body and into the here and now. Okay, I would like to have a few shares now. What did you get? If you want to share with us. Felt the strong, loving energy of the cats in the end. Beautiful. You felt the cat collective or the cats on the call coming in. Beautiful. If anybody wants to share personal messages that they get, feel free. You don't have to, but it's always beautiful to hear messages. He said, tuna. Okay. My kitty told me I don't have to do nothing more. Beautiful. My cats had passed, came back to comfort me. Oh, that's beautiful. So you made a connection to your cat on the other side. Just like when I was Mervyn, my cat of many years ago. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. It says emotions. She's always with me. Jen says, I think I did it wrong because nothing happened. Didn't feel here or say anything when I started. Both my cats walked away to eat and do their own thing. Okay, Jen. You might have, interesting. You might have had somebody coming in that was not for your highest good. I feel you have, you might have spirit guides that are not your true spirit guides, and the cats can feel when somebody comes in that kind of disturbs the energy, and it's not anything bad, it's not anything dangerous. Just when you do that next time, I encourage you to do the process again. When you do it next time, when you call in your spirit guides, then basically say that only those of the light can be here and everybody who's not of true light has to leave. So it's not uncommon. It's a process to distinguish between these are really my spirit guides and these are just other energies coming in. Just try that next time. Send the ones away that are not for your highest truth. Hi, somebody says neighbor's cat meowing outside. Laura says I tend to struggle with meditation, but I did connect. Beautiful. Here's some fear to deal with, which now makes sense as I have to deal with some fear myself. The mirroring, see, absolutely beautiful. I was told him he was very proud of me and that I'm loved more than I know. Beautiful. Well, Simona showed her belly and told me that she loves my husband and she's okay. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm glad to hear that, Olga. There's lots of violet light, sounds of purring, beautiful. Violet light is actually a sign of the divine. Violet is the highest color on our color spectrum, Rama. It's the color of the divine. It's the color of the divine chakra up here, the crown chakra, where we connect with divine and with the higher consciousness. That's what the violet stands for. So it's a very high color. It's beautiful. Hans says, my cat who was sleeping on my lap woke up and stared at me. I called him in. Messages. He's here to keep my heart open. I can trust. I have all the support I need. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't be afraid. She's there for unconditional love and support. Time to shine. Didn't I say time to shine? Absolutely. You right, felt standing only both with me and Sophia, stars, guides, reminding me to speak my truth. Absolutely. Just like I said, speak your truth, open your throat chakra and stand in your power. Very, very beautiful. Okay, what else we got? Thank you so much for the meditation download. Well, it was my pleasure. I always love to do this and see how most everybody gets something, even people who say that they don't meditate or they don't know how to do animal communication. It's really easy and you can do this quicker. This was a longer process now to get you into the connection. And the more you do this, the quicker you are. Okay, he writes, during the talk, I made the connection of my cat who excessively licks his tummy and hind legs, maybe pointing out health condition. I recently had TKR surgery and have had stomach issues for over a year. Is this why he does it? Will he stop? If he licks his stomach and you have stomach issues, absolutely. He is pointing out to you, I mean, he may have the same issues. They sometimes manifest our illnesses, and then it's a matter of jointly healing. But if he does that and you have issues with your tummy, then yes, he's reminding you, take care of yourself, take care of the issue and heal it any way you can. Pawn says, thank you so much. This was fabulous. Many blessings. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your shares. What else is there to say now? I want to open up Q&A. We do have, what time is it? Okay, not that bad. We're not even past the 2-hour mark yet. So we are actually still doing okay. So Q&A, is there anything, no Q&A, anything you want to ask me? And maybe one at a time or two at a time. We're going to do this via the chat when we go into the actual, if you resonate with joining the class, we will be doing a live chat with video chat and everything. Of course, in the class, we do everything much more intensely. You get to have a bigger role to play. It's more about you, less about me talking. It's all about you. And we will do live chats with video and everything. For the purpose of this webinar here, we'll do the questions via the chat because it's quicker. This was really beautiful, says Joshua. Well, you're so welcome. Nobody has a question today. Okay. One new message. What is the best age to fix the cats? Really I would recommend at about half a year. It's high time to fix cats when they're half a year old because they can actually go into heat or as early as 5 or 6 months. So the ideal age is between 5 and 6 months. And when you have mixed kittens, brothers and sisters, or males, females, then sometimes you have to do it at 5 months because sometimes they are very early. And we do not want to put more kittens out in the world. There are so many cats in shelters, and it's always good to have them fixed. And they actually live a healthier and happier life when they're fixed. So I hope that answers the question. Between 5 and 6 months is the right age, or 6 months is the right age. But you can also do it later. You can also do it when they're 10 years old, when you have feral cats, and you can still do it when they're 10, 11 years old, and it will help them live a happier, longer life. Fawn says, wondering why I have so many cats. Well, Fawn, I feel they're doing something for you. They're upholding a special energy around you. I'm not saying you need protection, but your cats are holding a special energy around you. They are, you are, you are a person that's very complex, and I feel they are upholding the complexities of your field, of your personality. You have one cat for each facet of you. So you may have a healer cat, you may have a protector cat, you may have a muse that helps you with your creative endeavors. So you have cats for every one of your facet. It's beautiful. Does that make sense to you? Does it resonate? So Joanne says, my husband and I are moving to Costa Rica in June. And let me see if I can scroll here. Wondering what my cat Tiki and you have to say, or anything I may do to support them in the move. That's a very good question, Joanne. Actually, I'm about to move from Europe to the United States, and I'm all prepping already my cats for the big move. The most important thing is to tell them so that they know what's going on. They probably already know because they understand everything that you say. So involve them, tell them that it's going to be great. Tell them that there's going to be a great new house and home waiting for them. Tell them that they will be, you will all be happy together. Tell them that, I just involve them and tell them so that they know what's going on. The worst that we can do is not talk to our cats, and then they get all insecure about, oh my God, my cat, my humans are anxious, they're upset, there's something horrible, a big move coming up. Oh my God, my humans are very concerned about it. That's when they start to become concerned. But when you tell them it's going to be great, it's going to be a change of pace, change of life, but it's going to be a good change, and be positive about it and involve them and tell them about the great new home that they're getting, they will be on board with you. And yes, of course, if it involves flying, then you have to prep them for the flight. You have to, give them rescue remedy or something, or give them Bach flowers or whatever they need to support them during the flight. But involve them and tell them how great everything is, and don't be afraid. If you're afraid of, oh my God, it's going to be very terrible for them, then that's what they pick up. Does it make sense? And when you are positive, because it's going to be a positive change for all of you, then they will be fine with the move. So I hope that helps. Tina asks, can the cats encourage you when you are on the right path? Absolutely. They will be showing you that they are relaxed, that they are at ease, that they are proud of you, that they are who they are, they do what they do. They will absolutely encourage you. Does that make sense? So yes, the more at ease your cats are, the more you are on your right path. When you have a cat that is restless a lot, or starts it back up, or was okay for a while, but now he starts the restlessness back up, then you know that you not necessarily that you're not on your path, but that you are not aligned with something in your path or on your path. Makes sense? So when they're all relaxed and very happy, then likelihood is that you are well on your path. Okay, fun. I've been on my spiritual path for decades and own all these cats. Yeah, but they've been helping you for decades on your path. It's all good. There's no such thing as too many cats. Or do you feel you have too many cats? Let's go to Cheryl. Says, my girls like my husband more and I'm sad. How can I fix this? Well, Cheryl, it's usually not that they don't like you. Even cats that are very standoffish, it's typically not that they don't like you. The thing is, they just have a bigger task with your husband right now. I feel that he's the one who needs the help right now. He's the one who needs the work. He's the one who needs the support. I feel that there's a healer and a lover and a supporter among your cats, or, one healer, one supporter, and that your husband needs the support right now. You are very strong and the cats feel that you're okay. He needs it more so than you. But you can ask them to please sit with you too. You can ask them to please do something for you too. You may give them a task with you. Give them a designated task. So, tell them to just go through the booklet and see what are your, or the quiz, see what your cat's tasks are. And then give them a designated task with you. Tell them you need healing too, or tell them you need support too, and really ask them to come in and help you in certain situations. So tell me, I would like for you to lie next to me on the couch too, or to divide your time up. Ask them. But I do feel your husband needs it more right now. That makes sense? Okay. And it's never that they don't love us, or it's never that they don't support us. A lot of times the cats that are standoffish, the cats that don't cuddle, or I just wanted to add that real quick. A lot of times the cats that are energy workers, they are the ones that are not the cuddliest cats. They are the ones that don't sleep with you. They are the ones a lot of times that are not sleeping on your lap. They might just, sleep across the room. And people say, oh, that's a lazy cat. All the cat is does eat and sleep and sit around on the couch. But a lot of times these are the energy workers, and they're working in the background. They are a powerhouse in the background. They're like a little plant sitting there, and they're exchanging energies all the time. They work for you in the background. But they don't necessarily cuddle with you or sit on top of you. They do their thing that they do from a distance. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means they're not cuddly cats. They do their work at more distance. So I hope that helps. All right, Jessie says, I live with a cat who's not mine, roommate. Oh, that was the question from earlier. Is their energy mostly aligned with the owner versus someone who spends a lot of time with them? Very good question, Jessie. They're all good questions. Everything you're asking is very good questions. So this one, yes. Well, first of all, I personally don't like the word owner, because you cannot own a cat. I personally always say they're human or they're a person. But absolutely, because you cannot own a cat, right? The cat will be with whoever they need to be with. And you need the cat more so than their person right now. Their person feeling is shutting himself, herself off. I feel a person that's kind of closed or kind of, and the cat just knows that you need him. Is it a him or her? I should really leave my glasses on. Him or her, the cat knows that you need him or her right now, more so than their person. So they will spend time with you. They will hang around you. They will come into your yard. They will sit on your couch and enrich your life with their energy and their presence. So absolutely, yes. It's not necessarily who spends time with them. It's, of course, there are cats that are abandoned, or that their people don't treat their cats right. So the cat will go and find a new home for themselves, or they will hang out with the neighbor if the neighbor spends more time with them. But it's always a vice versa. It's always a connection. So the cats usually spend time with the people who need them more. Makes sense? Ties in with what I said earlier. Okay, Laura says, dealing with some aggression between 3 of my cats, could their purpose for me be causing the conflict between them? Yes and no. It does cause conflict between cats when we don't have a designated purpose for them, when they kind of have conflicting roles, and when we don't know what they do for us. So in order to have less tension between the cats, yes, it helps when we know what their purpose is. For instance, one cat may be our healer, the other cat may be our supporter, the third cat may be our joy bringer. And if you clearly know and distribute these tasks between them, you're my joy bringer, thank you for doing your work. You're my healer, thank you for doing your work. And nobody treads on each other's toes, then yes, that contributes to being more peace between the cats, because they don't fight now, because now everybody has their task, like in a company, right? Everybody does their job. And if no 3 people do the same job, then there can be peace, because everybody knows what they have to do. The other thing is, usually when there's tension between cats, I also sense tension between people. And it can be between people in the household. It can be between people and their neighbors. It can be between people and a friend who comes over frequently. It can also be a person who is not aligned within them. If you are a person who are kind of, you have an inner struggle going on, or inner imbalance, because you may be struggling with your sides, your spiritual side versus your human side versus your responsibilities at the job versus what you truly need. if you have that inner struggle going on, and I'm just putting it out there, because that's kind of what I'm tapping into, if you have an inner struggle going on because you can't, you're not at ease with, accommodating everything or whatever it is that you kind of have this internal battle or conflict going on, then your cats will show that. Then you will have cats that fight because they want to reflect your inner battle, so that you look into yourself saying, where am I fighting with myself? Where am I battling myself? Where can I be smoother? Where can I be more gentle with myself? And let all these sides be, or resolve inner conflicts. So you may want to look into that. Thank you. Oh God, I have not, oh God, but there's 24 messages. I will see. I will answer as many questions as I can. Nicole says, I know Sophia Star and I always travel together in the inner world. Any message from her? Are we working so much? I'm sorry, who is Sophia Star? Can you clarify? And then I'll tune into it. Kathleen says, my cats call it a fit rather than a fix because it helps to fit into their lives with the humans. Are you talking about having them fixed? If I understand that right, then yes, it's about fitting in better. Absolutely. Hans says, interesting. Thank you. Ina says, how do I soothe rescue cats' old memories? That's a good question, Ina. Rescue cats, yes, they come with a lot of baggage. They come with a lot of trauma. I work or used to work a lot with rescue cats. They do carry inner karma and drama and everything. The best thing you can do for them is give them a safe space so that they feel safe. Rescues a lot of times have that issue of not feeling safe, not trusting. If you can give them a safe space somewhere, just be it in your yard where you have a safe feeding place for them, or give them shelter in your I don't know, garden shed or something, and tell them they're safe here. Tell them they're okay, they're safe, and they can relax. That helps them with their trauma. And also do energy healing. I don't know if you know energy healing or learn energy healing. Energy healing works wonders on cats because they are so quicker in letting things go. It works wonders. They are so quick in responding to healing. So they may even train you to learn energy healing. If you want to help the feral cats, I mean, of course, the trap and neuter them and, give them a safe space, but do energy healing on them. And it may be a new career for you, or maybe open up a new path for you. Energy healing works wonders for cats, and it does a lot of things for us as well, of course. Okay, Flavia says, I have to take my daughter to the airport. Well, thank you for having been here. Hope you can catch the replay. Catherine says, why does my cat drink out of my glass? He always has fresh food or water. I'm the only one who drinks out of my glass. He ignores everyone else. The first thing that came to me was he wants to drink your essence. He wants to bathe in your essence. He's very much entwined with you. And he just likes to be close to you. He likes to share your food, your drink, your everything. It's not, I don't feel that much of a meaning behind it other than he feels very close to you. And he just likes to drink and bathe in your essence. Okay. So Jamila, Fawn, he gets very vocal at times. He drags to into a room where he's by himself. He gets loud with his voice. What's happening? Well, sometimes it's just an outlet when they get vocal and loud and they drag their toy around, they throw it around. It's an outlet, as we have an outlet when we go into a gym or something and we punch the punching bag, or we get loud, we throw stuff. Cats have the same reaction sometimes, that they need to blow off steam. He's not showing me much, so I'm not getting anything else but that. But usually, again, who's getting loud in the house? Is there anybody else who blows off steam, or he should blow off steam? Is there anybody in the household who feels like throwing stuff around and getting really loud? Just look into that, feel into that. They will mirror us. Okay, Ramos has got to run. Namaste. Thank you for having been here. Tran says, oh, you start to do that. Good. Do the cats travel through the dimensions? Absolutely, they do. They astral travel at night, just like we do. They see into other dimensions. They can astral travel during the day. They can see deceased cats on the other side. They see spirit guides. They see into dimensions. Absolutely, yes. They do travel through dimensions. Okay. I think we have to wrap it up now, but I would encourage you to, I will open up, if you're on Facebook, or I will take all the other questions here now, 30 new messages. I don't think we can go through all of them. I will take every message from here now and answer it in Facebook postings. I do hope that you are on Facebook, or most of you. I will collect all that in Facebook postings and answer your questions. How is that? Because we're running out of time, and 32 new messages are too much now. I love to answer questions though. Tina says, I don't have any energy workers. Safe travels. Move from Europe. Thank you. Makes perfect sense. Sophia Star is my cat. Any blessings? My cat doesn't allow me to touch her. Andrea, I will answer that in a Facebook post. That is a longer answer. Thank you for the wonderful webinar. Simona sent you the final push to help me spread the word about my services. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So anything I could not answer now, I will answer on Facebook. Look me up on Facebook. I do hope as many of you as possible are on Facebook. I have the handle Sylvie the Cat Whisperer. So look me up, like me, so that you don't miss any new postings. I encourage you to get my book, Your Cat is Your Guide. It's on Amazon. And just overall look me up either on sylviesterling.com or felinesoulacademy.com. Good night, good day, wherever you are. Hug your cats, and all right. See you next time. Bye-bye.